when we signed with Island, they asked us who we'd like to produce, I think. We obviously had been big Smiths fans, and we were like, okay, what about Stephen Street? Would he be available?
Yeah, the A&R department called me in to have a listen and gave me a cassette of your demos from that time. Just remember listening to some of the tracks in. I thought, yeah, this is great. This is definitely up my street, as it were. So I came over, worked with you guys in Dublin, and it was a test session, and in that test session I think we did do Dreams.
I think there was trust there from that very first session we did for that week.
We didn't do Linger.
No, because Denny had a special love for Linger, so I think he didn't want to do that
He
first,
wanted to make sure I was the right man before he let me get stuck into that one. But it was very apparent that there was a chemistry there that was going to work. And so we made that first album. Everybody else is doing it, why can't we? We knew we'd made a good album, but when it first came out, initially, it kind of flopped. Fortunately, Denny Cordell, who'd signed the band, he persisted, pushing. I think Linger started to pick up some airplay, didn't it, on college radio.
Yeah.
And your video was getting really good airplay on the MTV, Alternative Nation. So all of a sudden, life was blown back into the campaign. Linger was a hit, and the album that people had kind of ignored in the UK, at least, suddenly just took off. So we felt very vindicated, didn't we? We knew that we'd done something right. And obviously now the label were very keen to get the second album from you. So they approached me again and said, okay, can we start thinking about making tracks for the next record? At the time, you were really busy on the road, weren't you? So I came over to New York to meet the guys. And the idea initially was just to do some demos, just to see what songs you had in the collection. But we did this really good session at a place called the Magic Shop in New York. And the recordings turned out so well, we thought, actually, we can use these as master recordings. We can bring those back and finish them off in the UK.
I think because we were on tour and we were really on the ball.
You really were on the ball.
It just sounded so good, we decided to use them then.
Yeah. And then we basically waited till the guys had finished their American dates, and they came back to the UK, and we moved into a residential studio called The Manor. And we were there for a few weeks.
That was great.
Hi Steve, how's it going? The album is going really well, isn't it?
And we did a lot of work there.
Yeah.
And then we took a break to go skiing.
Yes.
Which was when we had a little bit of a mishap with Dolores going off on her own on the second day and falling over and tearing her ACL, which didn't go down well with the management. But then we came back to London and we finished off what became known as No Need to Argue.
And I think we were prepared because we had been writing on the road all the time.
Yeah.
So we had loads of songs.
Yeah.
And we've been kind of putting them into the set and playing them live.
I don't think you could have played the drums on Zombie the same way as you played on Zombie on that first album.
Without that tour. No way, no, definitely not.
And no one could have foreseen Zombie being as big as it's ended up being. You know, at the time we had no pressure at all, we were just having fun. And then suddenly it's like, my God, it's taken on a life of its own. Everyone was on top of their game for this record, and it really shows.
30 years later, I don't think it sounds like it's aged.
Looking back on it, I could never have foreseen the legacy that it would have. It's the biggest selling record in all of my career, and I know it's the same in yours too.
It's that vibe between the four of us playing together. And you're in there as well, you know, because you're the one that captures it and helps to create that. Nobody else has ever done that.